Hi there, once again, thank you for joining with us this morning. An elderly woman walked up to this old fellow who was sitting outside and enjoying the sun, and though he looked weather-beaten and wrinkled, he had a contented smile on his face. And she said to him, "I couldn't help noticing how happy you look. What's your secret of a happy life?" He says, "Well, I smoke 3 packets of cigarettes a day," and he waved a wrinkled hand in the air with a smouldering cigarette between thumb and forefinger. He says, "I drink a case of whisky every week. I eat fatty foods and I never exercise." "Oh, that's amazing," said the woman. "So, how old are you?" Well, he said, "I'm 26. If you were going to build a healthy body, you would not follow his example, would you? But how about building a healthy marriage? What would you look for models? You may have heard of the woman who put an ad in the paper husband wanted, and she received 200 letters answering an ad, all saying the same thing: "You can have mine." Building a successful marriage, like building a healthy body, is hard work. Nothing worthwhile ever comes easily. But how about building a successful life? Where would you look for advice? Well, how about this? Remember the story of the man who built his house on the rock and the man who built his house on the sand? Jesus told it. And he told how along came the rain and the wind and the storms. Which house survived? Well, we know the answer. It's the one on the rock, because foundations are important. And I believe the teachings of Jesus are the foundation for a good life. Indeed, for the very best of lives. And what did he teach us? And how did he tell us to live? With forgiveness, with acceptance, with humility, with peace. It's a total package. You know, at times of bereavement, I hear some strange stories and sometimes some equally strange statements. Recently, somebody's life was summed up with the phrase, "She liked to party." Now, there's nothing wrong with partying, but if that's all that can be said, then I think there's something seriously lacking. Get your foundations right and your life is right. We live in a world of shifting sand. Our situation is like the young man who was taking an exam, and Ken, the teacher, asked him during the exam, "How close are you to the right answer?" And Ken said, "I think I'm about 2 seats away." We laugh, but deep down we wonder if we're becoming a society of cheaters. We are people who prefer the easy way. Values that used to be fixed are now sliding into the pit of relativity. It may be the biggest challenge that we've faced as a society, more than our failing economy or the threat of terrorism, or it's the loss of our personal integrity. You may have heard the story of the minister who pinched a dog because his 2 boys had been shouting for one for ages. And he changed the dog's appearance so that no one would recognise it, and he involved the laddies in this deception. Actually, he never forgave himself for the rest of his life, because those boys were Frank and Jesse James, part of a notorious bunch of outlaws. What values are our children and grandchildren learning? And are we helping them to build a solid foundation? What is our own life based upon? At this Lenten time, a good time to ask, what's our foundation? Again, thank you for listening to me, and God bless you all.